All right, my name is Sean, and I'm going to jump right into the unboxing and setup of the SEMS-200 kit. It's a light bar for EMDR therapy. So I went ahead and removed some of the packaging here, just so I'm not fumbling with it. But when you first open it, you'll have the controller, and accessory bag. And then also we wrapped up the two light pipes, and then finally the stand. So in setting up the stand first, this is a little bit different than most tripods. You'll unlock it. The legs will slide down, and then you'll lock it into position, and then flip the legs out. Now, depending on the orientation of your room, and for comfort, decide which is better, having like a leg forward or like this way. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up this way and just turn it to get the proper alignment. The control box may come to you assembled a little bit differently, but there's a couple adjustment knobs, so you can, they're pretty easy to identify. So there we have that. Hopefully that's straight. And then the light pipes, they just slide right in. I notice right now they're kind of drooping. I'll also make sure that the color inserts are present. Could shake off in transit. So right now they're kind of drooping down. There is adjustment for that. I'll cover that shortly. So I'm just going to pull things out as they come. So I'll have the headphones. That goes into the last port here. And then have the power. Goes into this first port. We're looking at the front right now as the perspective of a patient. And then this is the haptic cable. It's more of an advanced way of doing vibration feedback. It's much more comfortable, and for the patient. So we have the two large handhelds here, the tactical stimulators, and that will go into the dock here. Now there is a hole here, and then we also have this clip here, and that will it's for your cord management to keep things nice and clean, and you can thread that through, make it nice or not, whichever you prefer. So that's the proper docking there. Some people will dock like this. I mean, it's okay, but this is the proper way. And then hook up the haptic cable. Red is right. Plug that in there. And then we have the remote control with a spare battery. And then the last few things that are in the bag are just some little hygienic wipes, between sessions, and then also hygienic ear covers for the headphones if needed. These are different color inserts that go onto the end of the light pipe. Those simply change out for color preference, and really the point is just color differential more than anything. Has been found to enhance, especially during stuck conditions during therapy. So there's 6 colors, 7 altogether if you consider white. Then finally in the bag we have the adjustment tool, and that's for these light pipes that are just sitting in here. And there is a wedge shape inside here that will lock these tubes in place. There is a nut in here, so as you tighten this up, you'll notice that the pipe will lift and become straight. Same for this side, and then it's locked in place. It will not, come out easily. If you find that you've loosened this and the nuts come out a little bit, push that in so it doesn't come completely out of the nut, and then you might want to just wiggle this up and down a little bit, and basically that just pushes the wedge downward. Now, depending how when it arrived to you during shipping, this little wedge can possibly vibrate up, where you might find, well, I can't push my tube into the hole here. And if you feel in here, you might feel that wedge. It is sticking up into this oval tube area. It's very simple. Just put your finger in there and just push it down, and you'll feel it just slide down, if that's the problem. But it's pretty simple and effective way of holding these things in reliably. And it does not take much at all to tighten these. So just as you tighten it until you feel it getting a little bit resistant, and then maybe quarter turn more, and those are not going anywhere. Okay, now turn it on. Very simple. It will, when you flip the switch on, turn it off again. When you turn it on, it'll do a self check and to make sure everything is operational. And then so we do have the display on the back here. Good size to watch the just a counter. So it's very, very simple to operate. It's just 3 buttons. And most will just use just the center button. So we have start, begins to count, and then say you've completed a series of EMDR, and then you can stop, and then recording your notes, the amount of minutes and seconds that had taken place, and then it simply resets to 0 to start again. Arrow up, for faster, arrow down for slower. And then if you're unsure, of what the baseline speed was, you can simply just turn it off, turn it back on, and start again. Then the volume, turn this around. Then for the headphones, there is a inline audio adjustment, and if you want different colors, just swap the caps as I showed earlier. So that's basically it. That's the quick setup for the SEMS-200 Kit EMDR Light Bar. Thanks.